Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. 2018 is now over. It was quite an interesting year. I think there's many in the community that have learned a lot, including myself, over the events of 2018 and where gold and silver is and has been. And we also have met or exceeded or maybe not quite got to complete our goals for 2018. And that's what this video is about, because as 2019 comes into focus, let's explore goal setting for the next year and how to tackle some of those challenges that we may face in achieving our goals, and or if really should even have goals. Let's explore. So 2019 is now here, and I want to wish all of my viewers or anyone who happens upon this video a very happy and prosperous new year. And when we think about New Year's, we think about resolutions or goal setting in many cases, whether it be our personal lives or what have you. As for me, I kind of don't take those things all that seriously, really. And my approach to goal setting maybe is a little bit different than some of you. In 2018, I've seen a growth, it seems, in the community on some form or another. And in that growth, I've seen a lot of different personalities, a lot of different types of organizations or lack thereof. And in that many cases, for me, there's many ways where I'm not as organized as I'd like to be. But nonetheless, with these metals, we can look to the past to gauge a better understanding about where we can perceive and pursue the following year. You know, back in the day when silver was used as currency, we understand it today to still be money. It's just we don't spend it as currency. But nonetheless, people save these things called dollars that happen to be made of 90% silver and 0.77 ounces of pure silver in these particular pieces here. This dollar coin was the foundation of our exchange system for goods and services. And these things were saved by many for the future. And essentially, that's what we're doing here. In 2019, we are saving these particular pieces. This just one here is denominated in a form of value that people could relate with back in the day. Nowadays, we have pieces that are representative, some with a denomination that doesn't even exist anymore. But nonetheless, the metal content inside of this particular piece here is pure silver. 0.999 pure silver. Well, 4 nines in this case. And we understand its value, regardless of the price. And so we hold these things. We hold gold and silver. And we are collecting them and accumulating them as a way to preserve our wealth. And it's a different way to save. And most of us in this community certainly understand that basic concept. But the question is for 2019, how are we going to continue to acquire more of these? Whether it be gold, whether it be silver or gold here. And that harkens back to this image here. This is an image of a family of eagles. And each of us in this community, a lot of us, you know, we have each other. In a sense, we're a family in that we are connected by a common bond, and that bond is precious metals. But many of you who have channels have families of your own, and you encourage each other, and you save to preserve the prosperity and wealth of your family. It's about a legacy. It's about a legacy for the future for your family. And I think that is so important as you acquire these precious metals, that you understand that it is for the future. And there's a whole year ahead of us as we set goals and we meet challenges in the coming year. And so I want to encourage you that when you do set your goals, I think that is important. And I do to a point, but it's a very, very fluid type of situation. When I posted my video for 2018 saying that I had surpassed my goals in my gold acquisitions, I really didn't have a set number in mind per se, although I have kind of set one for 2019, but I'm probably not going to hold myself accountable to you by mentioning what that number is going to be. So it's a very loose goal-setting agenda, so to speak, for me. And why do I do that? And why am I kind of more cavalier in terms of goal setting? Well, because I look at it this way. Every ounce of gold, every 10th ounce of gold, in my mind, is a step in the right direction. As long as I am able to hold on to what I already have, it is a movement into the future. And some people, that's all that's needed, for goal setting. Yes, you have a number you'd like to attain to, but you're not going to beat yourself up if you don't quite meet that goal. Because other things come up. There's other financial obligations that may need to be met, emergencies and the like. And that's why I encourage folks to have a savings account with actual cash money in it if you need it for an emergency, so that you don't have to take the ultimate savings account, and that is gold and silver, and sell those in order to make ends meet, so to speak. Because really, gold and silver should be a legacy savings account that in many cases can either surpass generations or transcend to the next generation, or be there for you in your retirement years to be able to have money for either necessities or to enjoy life, so to speak. So with that being said, gold and silver goal setting for 2019, yes, do it by all means. And other people, there's some people that will be able to have a hard line, to be able to really set out and meticulously plan out their expenditures for the year. For some people, that's very helpful to do, and it keeps them in line and disciplined to be able to make those goals and to be able to apply those purchases. Back in the day when silver and gold were used as currency, as well as understanding that they're money, it was in a sense much easier because they can just accumulate these things and stack them away and know that they've got value, and if they need to liquidate them, well, they could use them literally as currency. What better liquidation as such than to actually take these particular pieces and go out and spend them or pay your bills with them? But nonetheless, for those of us in this community, when we put these things away in savings, we understand that we just can't go out and spend them. Not even this particular coin. You'd be foolish to take this out and pay for gas with it, so to speak, because it holds so much more value than the denomination thereon. So just keep in mind when you make your goals. For some people, they feel like the only way to make a goal is to set a hard number and plan out each expenditure and budget out for each year. And I think that's important to do for some, for sure. But don't let it get in the way of meeting other financial obligations. Fiscal discipline is key, because we know that governments don't do it, and we have to do it in the long run. In the end, our ledger must zero out. We must be able to meet our financial obligations, and goals for precious metals really should be secondary to our obligations. And that is the thing to really keep in mind. And I think if there is one takeaway goal for 2019 for all of us, it should be that we meet our financial obligations, and that stacking and preserving our wealth with precious metals should be secondary. So obtain or write out your goals for 2019 if that's something that you feel compelled to do. I encourage you to accumulate gold and silver, for sure. I know I'm going to. And try to meet your goals for 2019. But if you can't for some reason, understand fully that every ounce, every tenth of an ounce of gold or silver that you acquire is a step in the right direction. It's a plus for our preservation of wealth. So I hope you found this video helpful. And again, I wish you all a very happy and prosperous 2019, and would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.